Hi, Internet. It's Chris and Kim back with another episode of Rambling Tea Time.
Hey, internet.
How is it, Internet? How is it going? We're great, I guess.
We aren't dead yet.
Aha! We aren't dead. So, how are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing okay. I was a little hot earlier because my tea that I was drinking, and I kind of regret drinking that tea. It wasn't exactly delicious.
Okay, and what was in your cup?
What is this? Chamomile, honey, and vanilla. Wait, right? Chamomile, vanilla, and honey from Bigelow's brands of tea.
And you didn't like it?
It is not good. I don't know what it is. It just it tastes terrible. That's it. It just tastes
Okay,
terrible.
can you give some more? Can you
It
describe it some more?
I, it's cloggingly sweet.
Isn't that because you added sugar?
No, there isn't a lot of sugar in this because I remembered having this before and being like, all right, I'll just add like 1 spoon, 1 teaspoon, and it still doesn't. It's not doing it for me. It's fine, but I don't know. Something about it is just sickening on my tongue. I
Really?
feel like if it was vanilla honey, it'd be better, or if it was just chamomile, it'd be better by itself. But
Mm-hmm.
the mixture of all three, it just isn't great. It's not good.
Wow.
I do not like it.
Wow. Okay.
I like all three of those things
Separately.
separately or mixed with other stuff. But three of them together and however they did this, tastes terrible.
Well, I think you would like mine. Mine is chamomile and anise by Tadin or Tadine. I don't know how you pronounce the name. It's Tadin. Okay?
Okay.
I say Tadin.
Okay.
Anyhow, it's chamomile with anise. And it is smooth.
Spoon.
It's smooth and soft. It's very nice. There's no added like honey or anything to make it extra sweet. I obviously added my own sugar, but it's not the anise. You know how sometimes when you put anise in things, it can be like overpowering,
Yes.
nasty, and
Yes.
just like anise and totally disgusting.
Yes.
This is not that, and I really like it.
So it's a
And I
good
can, yeah,
mix.
it's a good mix. I can taste the chamomile, and I can also taste the anise.
Okay.
It's like it is open. Does that make any sense? Like
No.
a open room, like a
Oh,
white open room.
wow.
It's empty, but it tastes good. The taste is empty. Oh my god. This is bad description. Anyhow, it tastes empty and I love it. Okay?
It tastes like opening a brand new room in a house.
No, no, no. So when I tasted it, I actually pictured just a a white room, like
Uh-huh.
a room that is white, completely white. I mean
Oh,
the
okay.
walls and the floor and everything. Like and you
Yes,
walk
yes.
in and you don't know where is the wall. Basically, it's white all around. Everything is white. There's no furniture or anything inside of there. It's just a white room and it's huge and wide. It's a wide, white, open room.
I didn't know tea could elicit such visual
But you know
stimuli
what?
in a
The room
person.
did not have any windows
Oh,
or doors except for the one I came through.
are you sure you aren't taking something other than tea?
No, this is anyway. I know.
I
I
get
don't
what you
know. I
mean,
don't know. Actually, I don't know what happened just now. I don't
but that's how
know.
the tea makes you feel, and it makes you feel
Yes,
good
yes,
anyways.
yes.
At least
Okay.
you had a better experience than
I
that
can't
that I
believe yours
drank.
actually tasted like that. I thought
It would be
that
better.
yeah, I tried that and my experience wasn't that bad, I don't think.
I I just don't like it, man. That's all it is. It doesn't taste good to me. Like I like
Okay.
their brand of teas,
Mm-hmm.
but this in particular is just terrible. It's not good.
I see. I
It's a no
see.
from me.
Well, mine is a yes from me.
Okay, maybe I'll try yours later.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have on the docket for today, Kim?
Oh, look at you using big words.
Docket is a big word, and your
Yeah.
vocabulary is very limited.
Yeah. So today we are going to be talking about the boys that we recently caught up and completed. This is season two.
Yes.
So we've completed season two recently. After, let's see, the first three episodes came out together, and then every week after that, one episode was put out. But we didn't do that.
We
We
just
binge
waited.
watched all the other episodes together
Yeah.
after the first three. So we binge watched.
Yeah, we just
And
binged. It's easier, but at the same time, things can get quashed together, and you might not remember everything.
I like to binge watch more because I find that I am able to remember things
Oh, okay.
when they're quashed together, as you say. See, I think if we watched it
Weekly.
weekly, that I would have forgotten some stuff and some things wouldn't have been so impactful
Okay.
in the show. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, I barely remember anything even after I like watch or read it.
Wow.
So.
See, you must not have really liked it.
Oh, I like season two. I
Did
did.
you?
I did. I like season one and I like season two.
Hmm.
I like where the direction the show is going, and I'm interested to see season three. Definitely after how season two ended. They're all not criminals now. So they're all free and they're all
Yay.
going to go and do their own thing. And I expect shit to hit the fan.
I don't expect us to see what they're doing for a while, though. We spoke about this, and I think they're going to have like a time skip.
I expect a time
I
skip
mean,
too, but I don't expect like something as long as 5 years. I expect a 2 year time skip. By the way, we know that this stuff is like based on comics, but we have uh we haven't referenced them, we haven't read them, we know nothing about them. So this is all guesswork.
right.
I am expecting a 2 year time skip at most, showing them since the boys is essentially broken up,
Right, they're broken up. That's why
but
I'm
now all of them
saying,
have
is it going to
like
show
new
them
jobs.
separately? They aren't the boys
I
separately.
know, but something will happen and cause them to have to go
That's what I think.
because the whole of season two was that they are in trouble and they're on the run for government because they think that they killed Stillwell from last season.
Right.
And so the whole thing is like we're trying to go against Vought, we can fight against Vought, blah 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 blah. Now that everybody knows that Stormfront is a Nazi, I mean the name kinda gave it away. And the other nonsense with for like Vought hiding Becca and Ryan and all that other nonsense
Yeah,
is
I
out kind
knew
of in the
Becca
open.
was going to die.
I said that the moment I saw her in this show. I was like, yeah, she's there to die. Probably not in season one, but in season two, yeah, yeah. I wasn't expecting her son to be the one who accidentally lasered her to death.
Oh,
It was an
yeah.
accident. He was protecting her from Starfront. And Starfront being in that. I mean, I call that from the first episode.
That
Like,
she was a
serious.
Nazi?
Yeah, Stormfront? Like,
Okay.
seriously? That's literally what the SS in Germany, like, called their, like, groups and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly the name groups.
Is
But it was
she
like,
dead though?
no.
Because do you remember what
She did say that
Homelander
she's
said? She's in a
incapacitated,
right.
essentially.
They have her like locked off in a facility something.
I know she's probably pretty fucking mad. She got her
Yeah.
legs chopped right off. I mean, she probably still has her powers, but I don't expect her to be walking anytime soon. But she probably will come back as a villain of
I
some
have a
sort.
question about her powers.
Lightning.
The reason what okay, so her only power is lightning?
Lightning, super
So how did
strength,
she
and flight
live?
via using lightning. Yeah.
How did she live and made
Regenerative ability.
okay, she has regenerative abilities?
I
Because that
assume
wasn't
so.
clear to me.
I from the way from what I've seen of the power set most of the people get, The stronger ones seem to have some sort of regeneration, but that might not be the case for Stormfront. It just like durability, I guess. The powers you get powers and a certain level of durability alongside with it, or
Is
using
that
your
so?
abilities to add durability to yourself. I don't know. Like Chemical, her abilities are just strength and regeneration. That's straight up. That's all she is.
Okay, I wasn't confused about her though. I was confused about
I
Stormfront.
think hers is. I think she just has lightning abilities and anything manipulation of lightning and stuff like that, and just maybe super strength. I'm not sure.
Okay.
The show doesn't show. The show shows you, but you might not be clear how the
Right,
abilities
that's
are.
what I want to know.
Yeah, for all we know, it's just all pure lightning, and she just using lightning to greater effect. But it looks like she can fly. She has some super strength, and she has lightning. Because don't forget, she was the first one to get in like injected. So her cocktail of stuff is probably very very good or potent. Because I mean, she's lived literally from way back in the day with the Nazis and before. So yeah,
Speaking of cocktail of abilities, how does Homelander get defeated? Because,
Maeve shows up and's
he.
like, I videotaped this shit. I'm
No,
going to
no, no,
take
no,
this
no.
to the
I mean,
government.
in real life. Not real life, but you know what I am
You mean
saying.
how would
How
you
can
defeat?
he be defeated?
He's essentially Superman, and without a
Okay, but
kryptonite
that's what I was
weakness.
just going to say. He doesn't have
he
a kryptonite that we know of.
he is still human. Yes, technically, all the superheroes in Boys are human as a base, but Homelander was genetically made and weird, and you see how he is. He's a fucking crazy person,
He is.
and like I don't think he really has any weakness, like at
I
all.
don't like that. I don't like that.
His weaknesses are that he needs to be in control. Like he need.
Okay, so are we expecting to see him go crazy in the next
I
season?
don't. I think
Because he was jacking off the side of some building, and to me, that wasn't like someone who was going to do big things. Do you hear
I
what?
forgot all about that. Sorry,
Did you?
I forgot all about that. I just remembered the scene at the end of the show, just jerking off,
Yeah.
and the moon is back. Oh god!
It does not come across as someone who,
All together there.
not just that, but is going to go on to be
Uh,
someone.
like looking around in the world and the people who are in charge of shit.
Hmm.
The there seems to be a correlation behind batshit crazy and power.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and plus he literally has superpowers to back it up. So it doesn't really matter what the fuck he anybody thinks of him or if he's not mentally stable. He can just laser people. Remember he's seeing people like he was just like, lasering people off his eye just because he could, because he got mad at them.
That didn't
It
happen.
didn't,
That
but
was
that
in
was in his
his
head
mind. And
exactly.
that is what I'm saying. Are we going to see something like that in
Him
the next season,
snapping,
do you
like
think?
legit, just go kill anybody
Yeah.
and not hold being held back.
When, here's the thing, when that moment happened, right? I thought that that would be great, but that he
Oh,
wouldn't do it. And
mm.
then they showed that it was just in his head. So,
You want to see Homelander snap
yeah, but also there needs to be a way to defeat a
his
snapped
son.
Homelander.
The
His
whole
son,
his son is
okay, I guess
literally the
the
whole point.
firstborn
Yeah, he's in.
superpowered
Yeah,
person.
yes, yeah. Stormfront wanted to get him under her thumb so that she could build a whole army of superhumans that aren't black, brown, or anything, or pure race superhumans.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like that the Vault project is seen to have been originally part of what the Nazis wanted to do with building superhumans. I didn't know about that, and I kind of like how it's like this was
We've
originally.
been
Yes,
in.
we've been because it reminded me of like rocket. I don't know. This is like some history. Like the Nazis had built like had their own technology, and they were getting along with like rockets and stuff like that. And around after the war, when the US went in and took all that stuff and people defected, essentially is what led to the building of our rocket systems and led to like NASA being built. Because I
Hmm.
can't remember the guy's name in particular, but he was the main lead who essentially built the rockets that sent people to the moon and
Do
stuff like
you
that.
know, now that you're saying
So it's
that,
like that in my mind.
hunters,
Oh, this is a different
hunters
show.
actually, the plot stems from that same exact thing when the Nazi like scientists and whatnot who were there came over into America, like if they were pardoned and started to
Mm-hmm.
work for the
The
American
government.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You should watch The Hunters.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's a different show altogether.
yes. Okay. So, is there any character you like particularly in The
I
Boys?
like the main character,
Huey.
Huey.
Okay,
I
okay.
love
Good that
him.
we got that
He's a
together.
bumble of nerves and weirdness and shyness. He's great.
I thought he was going to go
Crazy. I thought
crazy,
so too. I was
but
expecting him to
he,
essentially just
this is what
snap
happened.
as well.
It seemed like he was going to, and then there was a break off, and it had to do with what's the girl's name? Annie.
Hmm.
And then he found a proper center. I don't know if I'm saying that
Remember how
properly, but he didn't go
he's
crazy.
there's a moment in the show when he's talking to her about how he realizes that he himself keeps needing people because he doesn't want to be like his
Right,
mom because his
right,
mom left, and he doesn't want to be that type of person, but he realized that he keeps latching on to people because
right.
he
He's
realizes,
dependent
yes,
on,
he realizes he needs to be dependent on people, so he latches onto them even if they pushed him away because he doesn't want to be like his mother who left him. And he realizes that's an issue, that he's living his life needing, being needy
and
essentially.
clingy. Yes,
Yeah, to
needy,
be needy and
clingy,
clinging.
constantly
And
dependent on
exactly.
others.
And that he needs to step out on his own and
Right.
be his own man. But yeah, I like Huey. I expect him to go mad, but I'm kind of glad that didn't happen, or he didn't like snap and anything like that, because he he's the show's heart. Yeah, he's the group's heart. Well, the boy's heart, essentially.
He is, I think, most of the viewers.
No, the viewers have heart.
No, no, no. No. What I'm saying is,
He's the everyday everyman that this situation. Number one, he saw his girlfriend got freaking blade bursting to pieces because of a train,
right,
and like, what the fuck am I supposed to do against these superheroes? Yeah, so he's the everyman,
right.
and the other characters are everyman of a type, but they all come from backgrounds where they like Surge. He was a criminal, uh,
My favorite
arms. He was an arms
character,
dealer, so he's accustomed to
Frenchie.
dealing with like the underground. Butcher, Billy Butcher, essentially he was worked in government along with Mother's Milk. I still don't understand that name. So
I think they explained it though,
they did.
didn't they?
I don't remember. I don't remember what that means.
Moving on.
But they all come from backgrounds where they've been either in the army or they have dealt with these situations as such. And Huey's just a regular ass dude working at
Yeah.
a place, girlfriend, life is being fun and decent. And A Train comes along, just kills her, and then he's set on this path to get revenge, which kind of fizzles out at the end of season one. And then they have to fight Vault again in season two, and the whole clashing between him and Butcher almost lets it look that he's gonna snap and do something,
Right. I
but
really thought.
that he's gonna like beat the shit
Yeah.
out of the Butcher or something. But I really like Huey because Huey is trying. He's trying in this weird, messed up world of corruption and superheroes and being able just being a regular fucking human being against gods essentially. And he's trying his best, Kim. And I can root for the guy trying his best. Okay?
Okay.
I still think A Train should get thrown on a bus
At the end where he goes back into the seven, he
Ah,
gets
yeah.
let back in basically.
Because he helped bring to light the truth about Starfront.
Very upsetting. Not, I mean, both of those things are actually very upsetting. The fact that he gets let back in,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that she, was, yeah, crazy Nazi person. But,
You mean the
uh,
corruption and how easy it is for those with power to easily skirt the law and being able to get back their positions just by doing one good deed, essentially?
I wasn't going that deep. I just didn't like his character. But yeah, all that stuff you said, great stuff. I do not have a favorite character.
I thought you said Surge was your favorite character. You
Oh,
just said
right.
it.
I keep saying that. Yeah, Frenchie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
Frenchie was being weird this season.
he was.
But then again, Chemical was being weird as well. But she
You
had her
say weird,
reasons.
but everyone in this show
She had
is
her
weird.
reasons because her brother got killed by Starfront, even though she was
Right.
like, you need to stop being a goddamn terrorist. You're going to get yourself killed.
Yeah.
And they're going to blame you for all this nonsense. And then Stormfront kills him and kills everybody else for racist reasons.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked that the head of art right now is a black guy and he knows full well. And I really like his whole spiel about it doesn't matter what people think or want or whatever. What matters is like money.
Money. Yeah,
And I
he
was
said
like,
that.
yeah, that's the truth. That's straight. That's a corporation speaking to you right now. It don't matter if he die. The next person to come after him do and think the same thing.
True.
And Vought was like, "Oh no, we found out about Stormfront's terrible, whatever, whatever." It's like, yeah, that's pretty much how it is. That is how it is. People constantly get away with nonsense, but because they're well connected, and a corporation needs to cover its ass, they'll be like, "Oh, we didn't know. Oh no, she was a racist. Oh, oh heavens no, she has been
Heavens.
reprimanded." Man, I love how realistic the show depicts how these characters would be.
Yeah.
It's superheroes, yes,
But they're
but
still
they're human.
human.
They're not godly archetypes. They're
But
not
why
the
are they
most good
all
people.
why are they all douchebags? Every single one of them. Well, except for Annie and Kimiko.
Eh,
Well, and some others, but you get what
why
I'm
are they
saying,
all
right?
assholes?
What is wrong with them?
I mean, have you seen celebrities, just regular ass celebrities? Some of them are pretty much just assholes as well. And in this
Uh-huh.
world, superheroes are just people with powers. Of course, they're going to be the type of person whose ego gets huge as shit. You know, like Annie isn't the norm, as you can see. She's the exception. Everybody else is accepted that superheroes will be. They'll get power, their ego gets inflated, they get fame, and they get fortune, and until they burn out from whatever nonsense or they do something too much that they need to be sent away like the deep or like A Train.
The Deep. We should talk about the Deep. I don't know what he's doing. He's on the side having his own show.
He's the comedy relief,
I get
I
nothing comedic
guess.
from him. Nothing. He gives me nothing.
I he's there.
Yeah,
Nobody likes him.
exactly. Listen, I
Like
still
the
don't like
viewer
him.
doesn't like him for what he
I
made
don't
Annie do in the
care
season one.
that he is pretending or actually changed his life. I still don't like him.
Exactly.
I probably will never like him.
Yeah. I don't think the character is there to be liked. It's just there to show you how pathetic he truly is. And then he goes and joins essentially
Cult. Never drink a Fresca. is the
Is
advice that I
Fresca a
can
real
give
drink? I
anyone.
feel like it's a real drink or something close to that name.
There's a bottle that looks the same, isn't there? It's a Croix or something like that.
A what?
A Croix, for like Saint.
LaCroix?
Not is it LaCroix?
I have no exactly what
There's
you're
a
talking.
drink that the bottle looks the same, but you can just type in Fresca.
Is the boy sponsored by Fresca? Yeah, Fresca is a real drink, man, by the Coca-Cola company. It's so weird.
Again, never drink a Fresca because it has not been depicted that wonderfully at all.
Hell, even the deep at the end is like fuck Fresca.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I don't understand at all what that drink has to do because the churchy collective dudes keep offering it to
yeah. Have a
everyone.
Fresca, and
Like,
then you become brainwashed.
by me, like even the deep and A Train realized that it was bullshit from like the get go, and they were drinking Frescas.
Yeah, they're trying to just get in and change their images though and
So
get back
does it
into the
just?
seven. They didn't actually believe. Maybe it has to do with believing.
I don't know. It has some of the purpose because the guy who's the head evolve, I keep forgetting his name. The black guy that I like, the actor. I can't remember his name either. Oh God. When they asked him for if he wanted to a fresca when he was there with the head of the Church of the
He
Collective,
said no.
he said
Like
no.
any smart man
Like
would.
he knows exactly what the hell they're doing with the
Yes,
fresca
he
drink.
knows. I know as well. And I will not drink Fresca.
I don't understand what it
You
is.
don't need to understand. Do you not see?
I like how the guy who got the deep in, then he got in trouble, and then there's the whole thing, the church saying like, oh, he's a bad guy, and when the head of the church comes up at a party to the deep and A Train, I can't remember the name of the guy is essentially
Neither. Something
says,
with a falcon
yeah, the Falcon
or a
or something. He's
hawk
like, you
or
guys know the Falcon, and the Thief is
something.
like, oh yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really great guy. I think A Train says like, hey, I don't really know him or something like that. And then he says he's a shithead. He's no longer
And
in the
he's like
church.
excommunicated
He's
or something like
excommunicated or
that. It's
something.
like, what?
And then the Thief's like, oh yeah, pretty asshole. Never knew. I really like that guy. Pretty toxic.
Wow.
It was just like, yeah, that is exactly how that church of what? Church of
What
Scientology.
Scientology?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is
Straight up
the
modus operandi, exactly how they operate.
exactly telling you to cut off all communication with your family or people that you know.
The show
Wow.
has it all,
Yeah. It's got racism, it's got cults, it's got corporations doing the nasty all the
as they
time.
should.
There's got the Me Too stuff, sexual abuse. They've got that. What else? Of course, it's got the
I
violence.
love violence.
Yes, it has a little bit of everything.
It's good, and I enjoyed most of season two. It
Did
felt a
you?
slight
I
bit
like the
slower.
ending when all the girls get together. It's Maeve and Annie
Oh,
and
you mean the
Kimiko,
fight
and they
scene?
just beat up Stormfront. I
Just
love
taking
that scene. That's my favorite
when
scene.
they just
And
beat
then
the
the
star to the
guys are
ground.
just in the back,
They got the
just watching.
powers.
Exactly. They can't do anything. That was so hilarious.
But yeah, yeah, it reminded me of it reminds me of you remember JoJo Part 5? That scene where
Um,
Passion they're beating up some guy on the ground and it's like three of them.
no, I do not remember. Well, anyway, I should not have done something that I just did.
Wait, that's how did what just happened? You did?
I actually tried to find out about why mother's milk is called mother's milk. And yeah, I kind of got a spoiler of his
Oh,
backstory. Well, not of his. Well, yeah, I kind of got his backstory from the comics. Let me
oh,
read
okay.
you what it says. It says In the comics, Marvin T. Milk is a soup. Did you know?
A
He was
soup?
born with compound V in his body because his mother was contaminated while working at a vault factory. Marvin is born with compound V running through his bloodstream.
Oh wow.
Yet, as a result, Marvin needs his mother's breast milk to survive even into adulthood. So that's his backstory
Oh
according
wow.
to the comics. Yeah,
Wow.
they didn't do that same backstory for the show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's with this show? What was with the series on breast milk? Because
I
Homelander
don't
has that whole thing
know.
where he wants Stillwell's milk.
Yeah, I guess did they I don't even know what to say,
I
Chris. I
kind
don't
of
know
want to
what to
read the
say.
comics for real when I get a chance.
And actually I saw something else.
Is it a
I'm not
super spoiler?
sure it would be if it were according to this storyline, I think. But there's something I saw. The question was, does Butcher kill Mother's milk? I think that is all
Probably
according to the comics
or
that
something
that
like
question
that.
was asked.
Oh, okay. Because in the show, Mother's Milk isn't a soup, so I don't think Butcher has
Right.
anything to hate him. Hell, he's the one of the hearts of the group in a sense. So I
Right,
don't see
so
him being a
this is the reason that they're saying for
nickname
the nickname in
because
the
he
show.
literally needs his mother's milk.
This is well, okay, that
The
was
comic.
the
So what's
comic.
the
So
show?
this is what it's saying. While The Boys is quite dark, there are enough twisted plot lines and uncomfortable moments in the show, and
Yes.
portraying a grown man depending on his mother's breast milk to survive may have been one step too far.
Really?
Instead, Mother's Milk is infected with an inspiring need for, drumroll please, justice. Yes. I don't. It dies hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so flat.
They
But
they didn't have anything they could
they
do with the
didn't. They
nickname.
didn't. I guess not. But that's how they've done it.
They could have made it be like he's like a mother to the group since he has kids and he's very protective of them or something like that. I
Aha.
almost kind of want that storyline from the comics to be his
I
storyline in
really
the.
don't, honestly. I do not.
That's so weird. I really need to get around to reading the comics one of these days.
So this is what else this is. Turning Mother's Milk into a good guy infected with compound V may have also further complicated a story that's
Mm-hmm.
already quite complex and intriguing.
Yeah.
It may have been easier to remove this backstory, keeping Mother's Milk completely human as he helps fight against the superheroes. I understand, but I don't like that he's infected with justice. That sounds weak.
Infected with justice. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Or infected with the fighting spirit or something. You know, it's just
Ah,
exactly. That's what it is, though.
annoying. Bad.
Yeah, they should have done
Lame.
something else with that. Now that I found out, I feel like, yeah, they should have tried
You've
harder.
ruined this man's name for me, Kimberly. You've also spoiled me. Oh, on
Um,
something that I didn't know.
do you
How
feel
dare
bad?
you, Kimberly? How dare you? I don't really care.
Exactly. I don't think this is one of the shows where if I see spoilers, I would like, freak out. It really
I
isn't.
think I was told by someone who read the comics and is a fan of both the comics and the show that the show does a really good job of capturing the storyline of the comics and also doing its own little thing. And the comics does its own thing altogether. So either experience you're going to enjoy if you like one or the other. That's what the takeaway from that conversation was.
Well, I, I
You're not a
didn't
comic book person.
actually, well, beside the comics or anything like that, you know, that when we first watched the first season,
Yes.
I had a strong reaction
Yeah,
to
you
the
weren't
first
100%.
season, and I
Yeah.
didn't even want to watch the second season.
Yeah. What made you want to watch the second
The
season?
trailer. I hate them so much because that's the reason why I wanted to watch The Boys in the first place. The trailer was so good. The promotion was so good.
It
I was
did its
just like,
job.
this, I have to watch whatever this is. I don't even care. I have to watch this. And I watched it and I was like, wow, this is a lot of things are going on. It's
Yeah.
dark, but it's funny. Should I laugh? Should I not?
And then it's
And it's
real as
serious.
shit.
Exactly. It gets serious and
Makes you.
sometimes uncomfortable.
Yes, I really do enjoy how uncomfortable
There's so
it
many
makes you feel.
feelings from the boys. After the first season, I didn't want to continue. And I watched the second season. You know, I busted in the date and I said to
We
you,
watching see.
okay, we're gonna watch season two. Okay?
I was
I
like,
don't care. We can just watch season two. I just saw the trailer and we can watch it. Okay, fine.
I was like, okay.
I wasn't even gonna do it. But
You
yeah.
glad you did?
Um I guess so. The boys is enjoyable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable,
Yeah.
and I'm really I like season three has a lot of setup and things from this season. I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Are you?
I kind of this is almost giving me the feeling when I watched Game of Thrones the like first two seasons. I was like, I gotta get the books, so I got the books and I read them,
Right, but
and I
didn't you
kind of
say, I think you said that the boys, the show, someone
it's
told you or
yeah,
you
the
read
person
that it's
did say that
better
is
than
that
the
it does
comics.
a really good job that you don't probably need to read the comments, but at the same time I do want to read the comments because of the show, same way how the Game of
Oh.
Thrones show got me into the books. I want to see the source material. I want to see how things are different, but at the same time I don't want to spoil myself
Also,
for
you
the
feel
show.
like that about this show.
Yeah,
You
I
might get
don't. I
spoilers.
feel that I should probably wait maybe for the next season and maybe dive into the comments. But at the same time, I want to read the comments, but I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm probably going to hold off on reading the comments until season three,
Okay,
and
well,
then make a decision then. Because I really enjoy it, and I think I'll enjoy the comments from that tiny little snippet that you gave me about mother's milk
yeah.
nonsense.
Actually, whoa. I felt like reading the comments after finding out that bit just now. I shouldn't
Because
have searched it just now. But I don't want to see a grown man drinking milk either, but it's interesting
yeah,
that his story is totally
yeah.
different,
So what else is completely different?
right?
Yeah. So that's cool. Oh,
You have more?
Black Norris peanut allergy came
I
out of
mean, of
nowhere.
any of the weaknesses that a person could have, his is an allergy.
I
Is
was
that
honestly surprised when Maeve just comes out and just sticks an Alma Joy in his mouth.
yeah, and then she kicks his EpiPen away. It's like, what?
Yeah, I
How
know,
did she
right?
even know?
They probably know all the weaknesses of the seven, each of them. They
Really?
probably do.
Okay, so does someone know? I know we keep coming back to this, and I keep bringing this up. The
Homelander's
Homelander?
weakness? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, of course. I don't think there's anyone.
I don't think he has a weakness, as far as we know.
You know, it'd be so great if his weakness was something so lame.
Maybe like what?
Maybe it'd be great if he didn't even know.
That he had a weakness?
Yeah,
Like I keep saying, the whole fact that he has a kid and they're probably going to raise that kid as a, just in case Homelander goes insane type of thing, because he's getting there. He's slowly getting to the point where nobody's going to be able to stop him when he goes on a
is that
killing
how it
spree.
is? Here's what I think we saw in this season. He's really addicted to people's attention
Yes.
for him. You know the whole thing with the memes and Stormfront
Yeah.
that really like pissed him off and he like wanted people's love
Yes. It's
and
all about points. Remember him talking about the points that he needs all he went up like these points and that stuff. He craves attention.
exactly. I think that is a kind of weakness. Will it be something doing I mean, dealing with that, do you think?
I, I mean, he's the type of, well, he's kind of like a child in that the
Right.
child is seeking attention from figures, and he saw Stillwell as a mother figure. That's why
Right.
he had the shapeshifter guy and all that nonsense, and being Stillwell still because he craves the attention or the love of a mother or a father or whatever. So he craves that from the people as well. So you take that away from him, I think you probably would get the opposite result, and he will go nuts even further. I think the only thing keeping Homelander in check
Is what?
is Homelander's need to be loved. And if you take that away from him, he's just a very angry person with superpowers and a hate streak. I don't think you want that.
Well, I guess we'll see in season 3.
Yeah.
We're watching it. You see, I'm not shying away now. I'm totally on board now.
Mm-hmm.
So what else are you watching these days?
Well, I need to finish The Mandalorian season 2. It's already completed, but I'm only like partway through it. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been struggling to avoid spoilers because everybody and their mother on YouTube or those that I follow in my recommends or my list, everything is like, look at this thing, this Star Wars Mandalorian. Here's this thing about the Clone Wars, how that connects to the thing. There's going to be a new show, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was going to be a new show. Oh, thanks for titling your video the entire spoilers of an episode that I haven't watched. Great, thanks. I hate
I
that.
am so sorry for you. I don't even watch The Mandalorian.
I think you might like it.
I think I might like it as well. I've seen trailers and whatnot.
You don't need to have super knowledge about
Right.
Star Wars. For most of season one, I would say you don't really need to know. It really just you know what the Force is, you know about what Bounty Hunter does, that type of stuff. You essentially learn going along with the show, even if you're not someone who knows the entire mythos of Star Wars and all that stuff, or
And
know
I
who these
definitely
characters are.
don't.
For those, it definitely is a show for fans, though. It definitely, if you are a Star Wars fan, especially stuff going on in the Clone Wars and Rebels, since characters from those shows show up, you definitely enjoy the fan service if you're a huge fan of Star Wars. So for me, someone who really likes that stuff, I really quite enjoyed the first season
And you would
and most of the
you
second season so far.
would you recommend that people watch The Mandalorian?
Yeah, it's a good show. It's the only
Anyone?
reason I would say to get Disney Plus. Legit.
Okay.
It's the only reason that service matters, in my opinion.
Is
That's
that so?
yeah, that one show, and it probably is the only reason that is actually going to get more stuff. Mandalorian is actually the best Star Wars thing released since Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas, in my opinion.
Hmm.
It is the best thing. There are three big stupid movies that they put out. Fucking garbage in comparison to the Mandalorian, in my
What
opinion.
movies?
The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Last Skywalker. I haven't even watched the last one because I watched The Last Jedi. Said to myself, this had some interesting ideas, but they butchered it completely, and I don't really care where they go from here in this trilogy.
Wow. Well, you know that I've never watched Star Wars,
I know,
so
well, you watched Clone Wars with me like growing up, but that's just like in passing because it was on Cartoon Network.
I never used to pay attention. I
Yeah,
think I was looking at it at the screen, but I wasn't
you weren't
looking.
invested into it. Yeah, that's fair. Clone Wars is probably my favorite ever of Star Wars because it does so much for the characters since they started in the prequel series that came out in like the early 2000s, part 1, part 2, part 3. But part 3 is okay, the other two, whatever. It makes Anakin better, in my opinion. It really does a good job showing you how the Jedi Council worked, how the characters interacted with one another. It doesn't make Anakin look kind of a shit. You understand why he behaved the way he behaved in the three movies. Overall, it does a good job expanding on the characters the movie set up.
Mm-hmm.
Better than how the movie was, and because it's all animated, it looks better than the movies too, since a lot of them are set in green screen rooms. Over time, that ages poorly. It didn't even look good when they came out. So, Clone Wars, good. They, well, a few months back or so, they finished it
Mm-hmm.
with a new season under Disney. They decided to do a new thing and finish it. Also, very good. And I think other stuff is coming for certain characters in it, or maybe a spin-off with something. I don't remember. I'm not sure. But that era of Star Wars is good. Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. I like Rebels because they reintroduced into canon one of the best characters, probably the best written character in the
Who is that?
expanded universe, a general called Thrawn. And Thrawn is essentially the smartest villain in all of Star Wars. And the only reason he was defeated was because he was betrayed by someone. That was the only way he was ever going to be defeated, because he's literally a big brain, smart ass guy, and I love him. The three comics that are written by Timothy Zahn are probably some of the best written Star Wars expanded universe stuff. That then Disney went and said, "Oh, it's not canon anymore." But I liked Rebels because they reintroduced the character into the canon. I didn't like Rebels because some of the story was kind of lacking. It's a kid show, so some of it just it didn't mesh 100% with me. I mean, I have certain niggles with Clone Wars as well, but Rebels just felt too many issues for me. But then Mandalorian comes along and kind of changes some things from there too. So like, I don't know. It's good, not as good as Clone Wars in my opinion.
You mean Mandalorian?
Oh no, not the Mandalorian.
Rebels. Okay.
Rebels. Mandalorian is on the same level as the Clone Wars for me. It does a good job, fantastic. I enjoyed it. I didn't roll my eyes. I didn't hate the characters or anything like that. It came, did its job, and I'm looking forward to more if there's going to be more. I don't know. I haven't finished season 2 yet.
Okay.
The Rebels came, was is good, is good, but it falls just short of being great in my opinion. And yeah, that's just essentially my Star Wars rant.
Well, all the Star Wars fall short, in my opinion, because I haven't even watched any. So
I need to start you with the original movies one these days, like for real, from all the way back in the 70s.
I
Show
will
you what,
decline.
but they're good though.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
They're good.
mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Hey, I know that they're good. I have seen those premieres where there are tons of people
You mean
just
all the way
waiting.
videos all the way back in the day, in the
Yeah.
70s? Yeah.
I know that it is crazy and they have lots of fans, but I was just never interested. I am not sorry.
That's fine. Not everybody's going to be interested in big, huge things that change essentially how movies were made going
Wow.
forward.
Okay. Okay.
Look, it's fine. They kind of went to shit anyways, so yeah.
I wouldn't know.
But if anybody out there who's interested in Star Wars, I think Mandalorian is good enough if you don't know anything. It's easy enough to pick up. And if you do know stuff about Star Wars, you'll enjoy it
That's
either way.
actually the thing. I felt after watching the trailers
Yeah.
that I could watch
Yes.
Mandalorian. The other Star Wars thingies, I would have to watch from the beginning to find out what is what and who is what and blah blah blah. And I don't want to do that. I honestly don't want to do that because I'm not interested.
Because the Mandalorian is a Western show, but it's in a space setting, but it's a Western.
Okay.
You get what I mean, right? So like shootouts, fights, stoic kind of like characters in middle of nowhere, sheriff like that type of stuff. It's a Western set in a space setting. Right? You follow a bounty hunter. He isn't connected
Do you
super
ever
hard to
see
anything.
his face?
Because all you're seeing is stuff. Watch the show and find out.
Aha, aha, aha. I thought that the only reason is that
That you
I
don't see
would
his face.
watch to find out
What he
what
looks like.
he looks like.
You can just look up the actor who
No, no,
plays
no.
him.
I don't just spoil myself like
You
that
have
if I'm
seen the
somewhat
actor
interested.
in stuff
No, it doesn't
before.
if I saw him in it.
You just want
I
to see.
haven't watched The Mandalorian,
Okay.
so I'm not saying that correctly, am I? It's not The Mandalorian, is it? It's just Mandalorian.
No, it's the Mandalorian.
So I was saying it
You're correct.
correctly? Okay.
I like
Hmm.
it. I am interested because that Thrawn character that I mentioned in Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
he got a mentioned in uh season two because I was like shocked because in I believe Rebels they think he's dead. And then that's how the series ends for Rebels. The main character and the main bad guy both die at the end of Rebels. Sorry for spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched Rebels
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Spoilers, spoilers.
But yeah, and then his name gets name dropped. I was like, oh, oh, oh. So I'm hoping to see where that goes. If anything, right now I have not finished watched The Mandalorian. I am halfway through season two, so I'm looking forward to seeing if anything happens with him showing up again. Because if he is still alive, then I am excited. That's it. I'm just excited because that's essentially one of my two favorite characters from all the Star Wars that I'm like, yes, best written character ever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I have to do. I'm done gushing about Thrawn.
Right then. So now that you're finished talking about whatever that is, I mean Star Wars, no hate or anything. I just don't care. Right. So I watched a whole show that you recommended to me, and you
Oh,
only watched two episodes of that show, and
oh,
that show has now been cancelled.
oh.
Plus, it wasn't even any good, so I agree with the cancellation,
What
but I'm
show are you talking
upset.
about,
I
Kim?
am talking about Helstrom.
Yes. I came to Kim with the suggestion of giving Helstrom a watch after watching the first two episodes, and I thought this looks kind of interesting. Has vibes of grim, supernatural. Those are things that we liked when they started. So okay, I went over to Kim's like, hey, give this thing a chat. It seems interesting, right up our alley. And Kim goes and watches the entire friggin' thing. And the next time I speak to her, she's like, that show that you tell me to watch is garbage. Utter
It
garbage.
is. I'm not even
So
playing.
me,
I
who
did
stopped
not
at
like it.
episode two, I was like, oh no. I don't want to watch this now. Because I know when Kim says something is garbage, she isn't doing it for effect. She's like, yeah, no, if you watch this, you're going to be wasting your time. So, Kim, tell me why Hellstrom is garbage.
I have a whole list here. Everyone, I wrote out as I was watching it the things I did not like about it. And it is a long list. And some of the things I can't even remember what I was trying to say. I'm so upset. I can feel the emotion though as I was watching it and thinking this is just no, no.
Why don't you just start at the beginning?
Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that some of the acting is not very good.
Yes, I was hoping it was gonna get better as I
Um
watched. A
well,
little stilted and eh.
hope is a good thing to have, but yeah, moving on. The lines, a lot of the lines I've heard in so many shows, there's so many cliched lines.
It's true.
I don't like writing that I can predict
I
what they're
mean,
going to say.
just because it's cliche doesn't obviously mean it's going to be
It
bad.
was though.
Yeah.
All
I
right. That is just the first indicator. If the lines are cliched and the actions are not, then I could get over it. But everything played out so
predictably.
ridiculously. Okay, let's see. So demons can take over your body, right?
Okay.
Without your consent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like in Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was annoying.
What do you mean it was annoying?
Because there's a part in the show where Cathara, you didn't find out her name, but the demon that's inhabiting the mother, we
Uh-huh.
find out that her name is Cathara. Okay?
Katara from
Cathara,
Aang from
no, not
Avatar.
Katara. It's Cathara, TH.
Okay.
All right? Or at least that's how it sounded to me. So she ends up needing a vessel.
Uh huh.
Okay?
Let me guess. She
Why don't
jumps
she
into the
just
nun.
on no no no. What did you just say?
Jumps into the nun.
No, 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 no. She doesn't do that. If she needs a vessel, why doesn't she just grab somebody off the street? Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Demons don't need consent here,
Okay.
so there shouldn't be a problem. But I felt like they didn't really explain why Kathara had to, and you don't know this part either. Everything is spoilers. She had to be born again. I mean,
What?
physically born.
Oh, that's this is a common trope in
So listen,
demon
listen.
stuff. Yeah.
Gabriella, you met her in the show?
Yes.
Gabriella and Damon, did they even? Yeah.
They
They like
fucked.
had sex.
Uh huh. So she got
And
pregnant.
yeah,
So Kathara decided
she got pregnant and it was one day and her belly was whole, it was big. Okay, so that was her growth.
because of the demon.
Yes.
Okay.
She needed to be born again or some nonsense.
This
It
isn't
was
uncommon in
it doesn't
possession
matter if
demon
it's
stuff.
uncommon or not. It's dumb. Moving on. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. What else do I have to say? Let's see, let's see. Right.
Kim was just
She,
dumb.
so the mother is confined to a wheelchair, right? And they take her out at a certain point. But the mother has powers, even inside the institution.
Uh
The
huh.
mother, well, she's not the mother, but she's Kathara. She is the mother. The
Why
mother
doesn't
is
she
the
just
vessel.
leave if she has all
Why
these
does she
powers?
just break down his place? You
And
know?
just leave? I was wondering that in episode 2. I was like,
And I did not get a clear answer on that. And
it,
that is
I
why
assumed
another dumb thing.
I assumed that the room is warded or something, so she can't escape, but she can still do bullshit in it.
Christopher, when she was sitting in the wheelchair,
Uh
she
huh.
couldn't even like get out of the wheelchair. There were just straps, that they put on the wheelchair for those mental patients so
Okay.
that they don't get
But
away.
Kathara's still inside the
She
mother.
was, yeah, but Kathara should have been able to just rip her hands out and get away.
So you're saying that the powers aren't defined enough you're seeing what they can do, but they don't do what they can in situations where they should be able to escape. Right? That's what it sounds like.
It seems like they have powers for no reason. At the times when I would think
Yeah.
that you would use your power here, it doesn't happen.
The effect's
It
too
makes
expensive.
no sense. It's just for no reason.
Hmm.
The next thing, at At a point, I was saying that Anna was my favorite.
That's the sister, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I wrote that down. My favorite is Anna.
She's the only competent in the entire show.
Even though she was like horrible as well. Lord.
Remember what? Remember my motto? Garbage can be entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. So this you're looking right.
I
This is
see.
the
I
all of
see.
this. We still have much to go. All right. So Gabriella,
Oh, yeah.
you
That's
know
the
the other
nun girl.
nun. Yes.
For the moment she showed up, I was like, she ain't the main character getting fucked. I don't even need to see to watch the
No
rest of
one
it.
needs to see.
Everybody just knew.
New. Yeah.
It's so standard.
Yeah. So she is the typical I don't believe it, but I saw something and now I get it character.
Yes.
I don't hate her character. She's like the audience in a way,
I got you.
but she still upsets me. Okay? Because clearly it happened. You were told, you saw. So you still don't believe it? Moving on. Let's see. Oh, this is what I said. There was a part where how could I explain this? There was a part where the mother is trapped in her head with Kathara,
So they
and
have a mind battle.
it's inside of her mind,
Uh-huh.
and the father is coming to kill her. There is some other thing
It's about that
from
entity.
the yes, another
Mm-hmm.
entity from wherever those people removed the head, and let's not get into it. There's oh God. You should have just watched it to see how bad it was.
I think I'll watch it so we could come back to this conversation and discuss this in more in depth.
Oh, I am not done with my list.
Oh God. You know
My
you
list is very detailed and
guys, you want
long.
to know when Kim hates something? When she spends time to write out why she hates something. That's how you know something pissed her off. That she took time and effort out of her day to write down why.
So this has been another episode of Rambling Tea Time.
As random as ever. Bye.
Good night, everyone.